Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the live stream of Versus Virus. I'm really excited to be back here again. It's sunny weather outside, but we all decided to be back here on screen because we are all pushing through these 48 hours together. And I'm really happy also to be joined again by my lovely co-host, Rob. Are you here?
Yes,
Rob?
I'm here, of course. Welcome
Yay.
back, and pleasure to
Good
be back
morning.
here. We have 7 hours left, until the submission of the project, so I'm very excited. And how do you feel today, Leah? The weather is beautiful. I'm not sure I prefer to be online, but I certainly do enjoy this experience. How are you?
I'm doing really great. I had a good night's sleep, and yeah, I'm really excited for this last day and for our guests today to hear a little bit how this experience is going for them. How are you? I see you changed your setting.
Well, people started to blame me a little bit because I never changed my clothing. So which is due to quarantine. I couldn't go shopping, and I'm not an online shopper. So I decided to be a little bit creative, just like any other participant here during the hack, and change my studio setting. So that's the concept now. I hope you
Wow,
enjoy it.
very creative, Rob.
Very creative. Well, I'd like to introduce somebody who is working behind the scenes, and he's actually our best friend.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
part of the Versus Virus team, and he's apart from program coordinator, he's many other things. And Hans Bachle, do you hear us? You should be there in line with us. Can you hear us?
I can hear you, Rob. Good morning.
Wonderful. Great to see you,
Hi.
Hans. Where are you?
In my kitchen, close to Geneva.
Close to
And
Geneva? You are on the French side, or?
I am on the French side in Saint-Genis, it's called. It's basically the first village across the border.
Great. Tell us something about your role during this hackathon. What is it exactly what you're doing, and how do you experience these 48 hours of hacking?
Well, so first of all, those 38 hours are great. I'm having not much sleep, but a lot of fun. So it's a great experience in that respect. My job as a program coordinator involves a lot of messaging and calling because I'm getting people on the show more or less. So I'm liaising with you guys a lot, as you of course know, but I'm also scouting for guests, for participants, for mentors who'd like to share their insights and their experiences in the hackathon.
And there's a little side story to one of the participants who dropped out because of?
She didn't do a Zoom update,
Oh,
unfortunately.
no.
But
And
now we have her. I see that.
times.
It worked out in the last moment, which is great.
Oh,
So
so she's going to be back on the show here.
yes.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So any other like insights maybe you can share with our public viewers as well? Anything, any particular story, any event or any happening that you'd like to mention that happened over the last 20 hours or so?
I really like the how-to sessions a lot because I learned a lot myself, which was really great to see those facilitators, all people doing a great job and doing a great lecture on those various topics. That was one of my highlights during these last 48 hours.
Well, the 48 hours are not up yet, but Hans, thank you so much then for joining us and for further supporting us also on this journey here. You're doing an amazing job for sure, and as is everybody else behind the scenes. So thanks for joining, and I'm sure we'll get to see you or connect with you later on again. Thanks, Hans.
Thanks, guys.
So as Hans just mentioned, the how-to sessions are really an important part of this hackathon because you get some really good tools at hand to make the best of your experience here during the hack, and you can find all of them online on our YouTube channel. So we would like to really thank again all of the facilitators as they are doing a wonderful job. Some of them were already part of the hackathon last time, and some of them are new here. But all of them are experts in their field. So it's really interesting and they're really knowledgeable about their topics. So I think there's really an amazing pool of things to learn. For example, Manuela gives a pitch training on the how-to channels. And she was a member of the jury in the last hackathon, so she really knows what the jury is looking at, how the pitches are going, and maybe some things that people could improve, or that is actually really amazing if you're watching these pitches online as well. So yeah, if you guys still need some input, some inspiration, make sure to check these out. But all of them are anyways amazing. So we're even giving you some real life knowledge, I guess, real life skills, because pitching, or all of these skills that we're trying to help you get access to, you can also use them, of course, outside of the hackathons. But now we want to meet the people behind the scenes who might have benefited from these how-to sessions, or who are on our journey here with us. So we have 3 or 2, I'm not so sure anymore, guests in this call. And our first guest would be Natalie.
Yes, that's correct. I mean, Leah, since we have this kind of new situation, did you want to just interview her, or did you want to pass it over to me?
Okay, well, then I'm going to interview Natalie, and we do as planned beforehand, since now we have the 3 guests here. Okay, Natalie, are you ready? Are you here? Can you hear me? Wow, so great to have you here. So Natalie, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Where are you?
I'm currently in Basel, or actually in a village close to Basel. You probably never heard of it. It's called Hochwald. But I live and study in Geneva outside of the Corona pandemic. So, yeah.
And what do you study?
I study international relations.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about your team. What is your team? What are you doing? What are you hacking on?
So the team originally came together during the last Versus Virus hack.
Okay.
And I have not been part of it yet, but they looked for someone who can help with presentation and making the video, as well as helping with general design and logo making and so on. And I have previously participated kind of behind the scenes in different hackathons and other events associated with that as a graphic designer in Geneva. So I already kind of know how it's going, but I've never really participated so far.
So this is the first
time. Yes.
Wow, that's really great and exciting. I mean, before this slot, we already interviewed some people, and they were all more or less experienced in this, but it's always great to have some new people on board. I'm really excited to have you here. So can you tell us a bit about the project? So what are you doing?
Yeah. The project is to develop a way for people to know where there are crowds, so to know where not to go if they want to kind of keep within the social distancing rules. Because even though it's possible to, of course, trace and know who is infected or not, but there's always a possibility for false negatives or people that don't get tested because of various reasons, because they don't know, because they don't have symptoms and so on. So knowing where to go and maybe when to go grocery shopping, which way to take to go to the doctor's office, something like that. It's helpful to know when and where there are large crowds, and when and where it's easier to keep the 2 meters distance from everyone. So this is basically the project, to be able to give that information to people so they can decide when to go to the park, when to walk their dog, and where to go grocery shopping.
Okay, and the name of the team is Vamos with a question mark, right?
Yes.
So are you targeting Spanish people, or how come?
I honestly don't really know where the name came from. But I assume that it's because it's a question mark, it's there to kind of
answer the question
whether you should go or not. And I think that Vamos, even though it's Spanish, it's understandable for most people. And I think maybe that naming it Go question mark would be a little weird. And it's understandable for all parts of Switzerland, which is also important.
Yeah, I mean, we were always telling people that we're killing the Röstigraben more or less here, and by just putting in another language that is not one of the main languages here, I guess everybody feels included with that. Cool. So, what is your highlight so far in this hackathon? How's the experience going for you?
So, as I said, I'm making a video to kind of show what we're doing and to then later submit it to jury. And it's actually the first time I'm really properly animating something that's longer than maybe like 10 seconds. Yeah. So it's a really interesting experience, and I think it's definitely something that I now kind of getting better at, and it's a learning curve, but I'm getting there, and I hope that I can actually make a really nice video at the end with like little animations. Yeah.
Wow, exciting. Well, good luck. Well, really have fun doing this. I'm really excited that you are doing it. Yeah, good luck. And keep in mind the deadline for the submissions today.
Yes.
So I guess you still need some time for the hacking, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, Natalie, have a great day ahead and see you later.
Have a
Thanks
great
for
day
joining us
as well. And thank you for interviewing me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. Rob, I think you have somebody here who is somebody we already know.
Yes, it's indeed a familiar name and a familiar face, and I wonder if she's there. Valerie Isumo, you are back with us. Can you hear me? Valerie, you should unmute your microphone. Maybe just make, yes. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Can you hear me? Oh, I can't hear you though. That's a pity. I see you're unmuted your microphone, but I can't hear you. Maybe do another sound check. Can you say something? I don't know what it is. I mean, I can't tell from the distance. Maybe you can do some hand signs like, how are you doing? Okay, how is the let's do this, at least for a minute. How is the project going? Are you sure it's going really good? Okay. And I mean, what I can mention is that Valerie Isumo is working on a project called, or the team is Citizen Empowerment Thanks to Wastewater, correct? Well, I can't explain the full project. I don't have the details here, but you look happy. Did you get some sleep or not really? So, más o menos. But I can say that you've been working on this already during the first hackathon, so you are continuing working on the same project during the second hack to further develop it, correct? This is working really nicely, actually. I enjoy this. And just to finish it up, are you part of an incubator or not yet? And do you plan to be, or do you consider? Okay. Yes. No. Well, Valerie, I mean, I don't want to drag this too further here, but actually it worked really nicely to just give each other hand signs. It was lovely to see you. You have a nice tan. Enjoy the sun. And yes, show us the view, wherever that is. It must be Switzerland. You're in the French part, correct? Okay. Alors, bonne journée, Valérie, et bonne chance. Et n'oubliez pas de conclure les projets à 6 heures ce soir. Hein? Okay. Bye. Well, that was kind of...
Wow, I think that's the spirit of the hackathon, improvisation.
The online world as well, when things don't work exactly the way you anticipate.
Yeah, we just always have to go with the flow, I guess. This is the spirit. That's
Absolutely.
So great.
Absolutely. Well, Leah, I think you have a last guest in the line. Hopefully we will hear and see her. So
I think we will. Yeah, I think we will, because we had a sound check and that worked perfectly fine. So Egle Thomas, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, and I hope you can hear me.
Oh, yes, I can hear you. That's great. It's awesome. So Egle, you are here with us in the capacity of a mentor for the business topics, and you are a strategic consultant, a business coach, and an entrepreneurship trainer. And I hear you are something like a hackathon addict. Is that right?
Yes, unfortunately it is right, but it's been a fun journey. So I have done nine hackathons over the past.
9.
Yes. So
Wow.
starting with the German one, then versus virus, then moving to the US. Accelerator at Berkeley University I was doing a design sprint workshops for them and stayed with them. Then there was a small business challenge in the US. So top MBA schools were helping local communities, which was really nice. And then I came back to Europe for more, including the EU versus virus, and then Matchathon, the big experience, and then back at versus virus.
So when you say you moved there, did you physically move or did you do
No.
it online?
No, but there was more going on in the US at the time. And I used to be in the US as a mentor, as a consultant. So it was nice for me to feel like I was back in California with a local community, also helping companies there.
Okay, so where are you right now physically?
I'm based in Basel.
In Basel. Okay, so we are still here in this Swiss project together. It's always or good to see that we're actually really a Swiss-wide event. So as a mentor, what is your experience during this hackathon? What is the main learning here?
So as a mentor, I think each hackathon is what we make of it, both for participants and for mentors. This hackathon, I think, started a bit slower than the last one. So a number of members were running around trying to find a team. So it was nice to help them find where they can contribute. And then I knew some of the teams from before because, of course, some of them were at the first versus virus, some of them were at other incubators or other hackathons. So I was quite busy supporting 3 teams that I knew from before. And then by yesterday afternoon, it got as mad as the last versus virus because then other teams figured out how to reach out to mentors, how to ask for advice. So it's been nonstop all the way through. So it is fun and it's very nice to see projects growing and developing. And I especially love to see the aha moments. It's when I talk to the team and suddenly go, got it. And that helps to transform the journey and helps to transform their stories. So that's my favorite part.
Can you tell us about one aha moment that you experienced during this hack or that you were able to bring to the people?
So maybe one, not maybe the happiest one, but I think a very helpful one. There was a team I was helping last night. I didn't know them. They're team 1024. And they're looking to connect communities and to help people support each other, help each other, whatever it is, buy some food, walk a dog, give away the couch based on local environment. So they asked me for their business model canvas review and to help with giving feedback. And looking at it, I realized that I was a part of a very similar community in the US that was called Nextdoor. And that community worked really well and it exists. And so I mentioned that to them and then they Googled it, they found it. And they got a little bit worried because they said, we didn't know, it's not what we're trying to do. And I said, it's a good thing, it's working. And what investors want and others want is to see these models working, and it is working. It's in the US, it never made it to Europe, and you can do it based on European environment, what is needed right here in Switzerland. So it is a very, very good news. So
yes,
it was an interesting moment.
And I mean, it's all about collaboration. This is the spirit that we are searching for here, that even if something exists already somewhere, that we can maybe reach out and benefit from each other's journey already and from the experiences we're all making.
Yes.
I guess this is the whole topic about the coronavirus. It's not only concerning us here, it's concerning everybody worldwide. So I guess this is a very useful hint also to have you on board as an expert who was involved in many international projects, so we can really, put this network together. So now the hackers still have a few hours ahead. From your experience, are those the more intense hours or the hours to lay back and wait for it to end?
I think these are the more intense hours. I think people are getting to the stage where they want to be ready to submit and they realize that they still need more to go. I'm helping still a number of teams, so they're reviewing their slide decks, working on presentations, working on video pitches. Again, I think video is scary for some of them, but we have a couple of coaches who are helping them couple of mentors with video. So my hope is everybody will be on time and we'll have top quality work. So really excited to go forward.
I hope so too. So are you more reaching out to the teams or the teams more reaching out to you?
It is both. So when I started, I knew 3 teams, so I was helping them. And then by yesterday afternoon, I had a number of teams reach out to me. So now it's a combination of everything. And for me, it's interesting how the categories came through. So I have education, I have health, and then I have the connection one. And for me, the most interesting thing was because on Friday night, so my one guilty pleasure during a hackathon, when I was not at a hackathon, on Friday night, I realized that Peter Diamandis was live on LinkedIn. And I love his, I was part of XPRIZE initiatives helping in the past. And there was something that he said on Friday that was very impactful for me. He said that there are 2 industries that are ready for complete and total disruption and decimation. And these 2 industries are healthcare and education. And what was very interesting that in this hackathon, that's kind of the focus that I have. So in the education, it's from old school, which presented yesterday, as you know, to world school, which is a school for younger generation. So it's kind of, I'm in a whole continuum between young and old school to world school. And then helping also in the healthcare area, there's a project called Prevail. It's about genetic sequencing to help people identify the markers and to stay healthy during these times. So for me, all of these are key areas that still need to be addressed. And it's really nice to be involved in these transformational projects that will change the way we live and work.
Yeah, I hope, and I guess so. I mean, this is what we're here for. So Egle, do you have like maybe a final tip how the people can push through, how they can make these last hours count?
I think my biggest advice is keep reaching out. Reach out to mentors, reach out to who you need, because there are people who can help. So just keep asking. And for example, teams who talked to me yesterday asked if they can talk again today. And of course, it's the best time to get that final review. You have coaches who can help you with your slide deck, with your pitches. So just use mentors, reach out, don't feel guilty. Mentors are here to help.
Okay. Thank you so much, Egle, for your valuable support for this interview. And I guess now people will be motivated to reach out, not only to you, but also to the other mentors. Well, have fun. And we will see each other again at the end of the hack then, I guess.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Have a great day ahead.
Bye.
Bye, Egle.
So Lea, I just received a message in the chat from our friend Valerie. Maybe we can hear her now. So I think everybody deserves at least a second chance. So
let's try.
Let's see, Valerie, if you can hear me now. I can see you, but let's do the sound check. Can I hear you? Can we hear you? Can you say something? I'm very sorry. It doesn't work, but come on, we tried. Maybe we can do this later on again. Anyway, thanks for being persistent here, Valerie. Okay, well, let's have a look at the schedule today. We have some stuff coming up, of course, and we have an important deadline for you, dear participants. We have a slide here. So yes, coming up next is a how-to session on how to submit your project. There's a whole how-to session at 11:30, how to upload your solutions on the app. So a very important session. Please make a note, 11:30 today.
Yes, and then up next, of course, is the deadline tonight at 6 p.m. We need you all to send us your deliverables for real. Quick reminder what those are. You have to have a 1-minute video. You have to have a presentation with more detail about your project and any support material that you want to upload onto the app. So deadline is really 6 p.m.
Yes, and with the deadline, we are also at the very end of the hack at 6 p.m. So probably time to pull out a bottle of champagne and relax, for sure, relax. And maybe, do whatever it pleases you, but you deserved it after 48 hours of hacking.
And I guess, well, then you can take a break and really relax. But this is when the jury will start for real. And this is when their intense time will start, because obviously somebody has to look at your submissions and the jury will do so. You can find the criteria how they will judge your ideas again on the announcement Slack if you are not sure about it. And they will have time until tomorrow, 7 p.m. to make their final decisions. And we will be there with you guys for the closing ceremony where those highlighted projects will be announced. But not only that, we are also going to welcome a panel of international experts who will give you advice of how to finance your COVID solutions, because they already had amazing success stories from around the world, and we do not want to hide those from you. So make sure to tune in tomorrow then, because the journey doesn't end tonight, but it ends tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Yes, and for those who, well, actually everybody deserved a bit of party, I believe. So we have also programmed a little fun versus virus like last time. This is happening right after the end of the hack this evening. We are streaming live on YouTube, and we invited a DJ collective called Sonntagstief from Karlsruhe playing some electronic music. So this is the perfect time.
Have you worked on your moves yet, Rob?
I will during this afternoon. And we also are planning to do a little chat roulette where people can meet in different virtual rooms and talk further about their experiences. So
I guess that's going to be great to exchange a bit, because after that you feel like, wow, we cannot just let go and need to exchange a bit more.
Yes, well, I think this is it for now. And guys, for the finish line, we wish you a lot of energy, creativity, productivity, efficiency, anything that you need. Just push through, and we'll see you at 6 when submitting the projects.
Yes. See you around, people. Go strong.
Go strong.
See you at 6.
Happy hacking.
Thanks for joining, everybody.
Thanks for joining.